Martin Kpebu is lawyer. He himself has been before the OSP today. I'll ask him how that whole exercise went.
A special prosecutor Kisia Jabe etonensa edefre lawyer Martin Kpebu domahene adamfo baako pe lawyer Martin Kpebu ofili domahene rough na otunza de frɛ no ɔse lawyer Martin Kpebu akeka nsɛm bi a ɔno Kisia Jabe ɔtete pampan bi wom te sɛ alata semna no sɛ ansɛm na Martin Kpebu kano it smell fishy into what one friend and say come and remove your mouth and then lawyer Martin Kpebu ekoye na okoba ye na nsɛmtwofo busa ne nsɛm no was o me nsa da nkasa bebre no do wi nsa na ne nsɛm ni nyina wa bɔ ne bɛdɛ ɛno nti edu anwumre ye hu ya ɔne nsɛmtwoni ye friend say mensa what Joy FM and on any cotton Papa Evans Mensa, why Edman Rache. And one a lawyer Martin Kpebu, Eco Beer for Ria Tansem, any Kisia Jabe, OSP so semnimu. Nasadie lawyer Martin Kpebu as ya to Jano. Fire service crying to mean dumno. It's ye caught na yakwa kutien, senia and some Nusikoye.
Let me start with you, Martin. You yourself had your own battles with the OSP recently. Today, you were before the OSP.
Yes, absolutely.
You were invited formally by him.
Yes.
Okay, what happened?
Oh, so to be clear, I'm not being investigated for any offense, right, at all. But rather, I'd made some comments, and which he says I should come and clarify. Putting it bluntly means they want some evidence to back that, to help the corruption fight, right? Yeah, so what are those comments I made? Number one, and that's the most salient, and that's something that by now the special prosecutor himself, the SP, should have resigned. That is the fact that he finally came to confess, right, I think on the 5th of November, that before Oforiatta traveled, he, Kisia Jabe, intercepted the letter Oforiatta wrote to both the incoming chief of staff and the outgoing one. He said he intercepted the letter, then he ran to NIB, didn't get help, ran to National Security, didn't get help, and ran to Immigration and didn't get help. This is a big indictment on these institutions, right? We'll come to that. That's a separate argument. But worst of all, it didn't occur to him, the man who had done Ankwa Numa press conference, it didn't occur to him that he should blow the whistle. That's inform the people of Ghana through a presser. Do a press conference. Hey, people of Ghana, I have clear evidence of Oforiatta is about to travel out of Ghana. I've gone to these institutions, they are not helping me, so come help. You know how many people would have taken steps, besiege the airport to prevent Oforiatta from traveling? And even at that time, look, ORA, I was part of the ORA team. We're working. We had security couples, Kpebu is on the ORA team. And there were people back room, people who were supporting.
SML was part of those incidents that you investigated as part of ORA, correct?
The receipt, yeah, receipts of we're basically collecting,
which is also what the OSP was looking.
Yeah, so but the key things are, so he says he got the letter. Oforiatta says I'm traveling. Well, for medical, let's leave out the reasons. But the main thing is that he says he's going out of Ghana. Kisia Jabe had the letter and sat on the letter. Come on, look.
But you yourself have said that's not what he did. He tried to get the state agencies to intervene to help him secure him. And they didn't. He says that didn't happen.
Oh,
so he didn't sit on it.
So far, I can tell you, Evans, on authority that I spoke to somebody at NIB. That person was in charge at the time. He says he has never received anything from Kisia Jabe, meaning that now Kisia Jabe must produce evidence. What did he take to the NIB man? Right, for now, I just want to leave out names. As now we are advocating for full investigations into this matter, we'll call the NIB man. Kisia should come and show what did you take to the NIB boss at the time. What evidence did you take to him? In any event, your own law, section 28 says you have police powers. So what is it? What was so difficult about arresting Oforiatta? It says officers to exercise powers of police. So I'm reading the Office of Special.
At the time, they could have only held him for 48 hours.
But then you go to court. Yeah, you hold the person.
They didn't have enough to go to court at the time, obviously.
Excellent.
It's taking him this long to go to
you know
court
what? I don't want to argue about
78
that. Yes, perfect.
Charges.
Yes, granted. He didn't have enough to arrest him. Then why did he say so in the interview? You see him. He says he got wind of it, he intercepted it, and went here, trying to stop it. If you say you don't have enough on him, why are you stopping him? So you see the problem? If you don't have anything on him, why would you be going to, allegedly, because like I've told you, the BNI man is denied. So we have to push this into a commission of inquiry. He has to lose his office over this. Remember Watergate? Nixon, president, lost his office. You can't sit. Our chief prosecutor, Evans, listen, it's not a rant. We are talking serious constitutional law. It's not a rant, except that because it's so shameful, this is a big embarrassment, yet we are not waking up to it. That's why I think I have to ratchet up the conversation, increase my voice. I'm not agitated, but I mean, I want Ghanaians to look, when you look at the, what do you call it, our constitution, all right? You see sovereignty in the preamble. You go to Article 1, Clause 1. The sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in the manner and within the limits laid down in this constitution. You go to Article 35, it's there. 125 is there. So where allegedly, because those institutions are here to respond, if some institutions are allegedly frustrating you, blow the whistle, come to the people of Ghana. You remember in 2020 when Akufo-Addo was frustrating Martin Amidu. Amidu came out and said Akufo-Addo is mother serpent of corruption, the Japadier deal. And you see what we did to Akufo-Addo. You see he never recovered from that thing. He never. So Kisi doesn't understand the principle of civic oversight. Citizens have oversight.
I'm curious, when you appeared before him today, what happened? What happened? They asked you to provide the evidence to back your accusation?
Yes, so we couldn't get to that stage because, it's stage by stage. It's a committee. So we raised some legal matters. So
there was a committee that was set up by the OSP himself?
Yes.
Okay, to look into the allegation?
So let's say this. I wonder if we say look into the allegations. They basically want to receive more information from me, which I will do. I'm not riding away from. The first one is even there. His own video, I'll play out to him. In his own video, he said that he got the letter, etc. So that's the most important one. The other one's conflict of interest. The conflict of interest allegation I made. That now is before Shraj. So I'll produce that evidence. The next one is when I said they are corrupt. But that one too. Who produced evidence? Even in the video.
So did you give them that today?
No, we haven't reached there.
Okay, so why didn't you proceed?
So we have to do some housekeeping matters. Back for example, you tell you procedure is very important. So when you are doing optics, the optics are very important. So the composition of the committee.
But this is interesting. Is there a provision in the OSP's law that allows for this committee to be set up when somebody accuses him or something?
So he's not investigating me. Let's be that one to be fair. They are not investigating me. Putting it succinctly, they're just saying that give us more information on these matters you've raised. It's very clear. The letter they wrote to me says, I'm not under investigations.
Okay.
It's not that they are going to finish and say, Kpebu, you've done wrong. No, that's not it. That's why I said, simply put, Kpebu, give us more insights.
But do you need a committee so that you can simply go there and submit a petition or a complaint, if you like, and add all the evidence to it?
So that's another option. So we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I'd already announced that I was going to petition for his removal.
Have you done so?
No, we are still, with hindsight, as we are gathering the petition, you put together all the evidence.
So you're now putting together evidence?
Yes.
But if you're putting together evidence, why do you make such explosive allegations against him?
Some of it, the most potent one, he himself brought us the evidence, is the KSM tape. He says he intercepted the letter and went to NIB, allegedly, let me be using because I don't want NIB and the rest to say I'm fewer. Yes, but as I say, NIB, the man says...
So that the earlier point you made, I think that you've emphasized.
That's the most important thing. That's the most, he says...
So there, are you challenging competence?
Yeah.
Is it competence you're going to raise?
Yes, and I actually say collusion. When you've seen the man, of course, competence is easier, but I want to say such obvious Gani. You say you see
That's a serious accusation.
Yes,
you have the evidence to back.
Look, when that fails, you see, you said competence. Competence is so obvious. So if I want to ratchet it up and say it's deliberate, and they say, oh, it's not collusion, but it's incompetent, I'll still win anyway.
Okay.
They are together. But I want him to feel the moral culpability. You see Oforiatta leaving Ghana, and you couldn't blow the whistle. Oh, come on, Evans, look at it. Look at it well.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll see.
Just to provisionally, that's the word, provisionally arrest him.
Okay, pending the extradition.
Yeah, so we're just getting excited for really nothing. Just provisionally. Well, okay, I know in Ghana, a lot of time when they say somebody's been arrested, there's a lot of excitement. Then very soon the person goes to court and wins the case. You see how we like breaching the 48-hour rule. So maybe he knows that Ghanaians like arrest. You can arrest a person 10 years. If you don't go to court for the merits to be determined, he's not a convict. And so you just be showing the person power. So there isn't much advantage in arresting Oforiatta today when you are not yet sure of the extradition itself. It has to be, you go through processes. You see, that's the one they had he and the Attorney General had some differences just about a month ago. So Attorney General is now working on the extradition request. Then they will eventually take it to the U.S., okay? Then the U.S. authorities will look at it. Okay, the Home Department, they will look at it. So when they agree, the Secretary of State, they will look at all these things. Then they would apply to their court for the order. So finally, it's going to be a court case. So they will go and argue for and against. So the state will be saying, oh, the Ghanaian authorities need this guy for X, Y, Z reasons. Then Oforiatta's lawyers there will say, no. If you bring him to Ghana, he will not get justice, etc. There was one case, extradition we did, I did some years ago with Professor Atifa, just because of even our poor prison conditions. No, the English court didn't bring down the guy. Yeah, we went around to the prisons and did a report. We had to be factual. When they looked at it, among others, so your poor prison conditions, that extradition case, the guy he was not extradited. So it's a long one. So you see why each time this matter comes up, there's like, Kisi, you watch Oforiatta leave. Oh, come on. Yeah. And now see, some people are saying, oh, it's just a small mistake. It's not a small mistake. You know how much money we are spending now? You know what we are losing? The fight against corruption is just dimmed everything. Because Oforiatta is like he's a crown jewel, the kingpin. So you see when you grab the kingpin.
Allegedly. There's no proof that he is.
Eti lawyer Martin Kpebu na wote ne nka no se o cheche ni nsemu left right center e o hodom no but me de be nyi ehu asem bebre ka mi jai ni nyina ma na wowo nso ni a wo fa film no wa ye ne sa aha ye info I o number 1 super duper host Ken Lakuta and I me di breakdown e bre o makramo